roll. And assume Kathy's coming. This meeting is being recorded. That's good. By staying in this meeting, you consent to being recorded. Got it. All right. All right. We'll assume Kathy's going to come aboard at the appropriate time.
Okay.
And since we have a quorum, I think we're going to do a roll call, please.
Yep. Delvo.
Yes.
Schuler is excused. Scannell.
Present.
Dean.
Here.
Hinkfist. Parma, excused. And Ganther.
Present.
We
All
have
right.
four, Mr. Chair.
Excellent. Approval of the agenda, please.
Move to approve the agenda.
Alderman Scannell. Second by
Me. Debbie.
Debbie. All right. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Opposed, motion carried. Okay, regular order of business, we have two items. First one is consideration with possible action to award $40,000 of the TDAH funds to Neighborhood Works Green Bay for a home build at 1200 Doty Street. I think that's Rhonda.
So back in our RDA meeting on August 9th, we had brought forward that NeighborWorks had applied for home funds for $65,000, and that is for their market value gap and their down payment assistance. Of that, we are looking to have 40,000 of it be the fund source be switched to TDA instead of the home funds, due to the fact that that 1200 Doty is the lot that we were having split. And it ended up being a little bit of delay due to the fact that DPW did require a grading plan with the CSM before it got recorded. So due to that, in order to follow with the Bridges program that's with the school district, we are looking to switch those to TDA so we can get those out a little bit quicker than what we would be able to with the home funds. So staff is recommending the change in the funding source for that 40,000.
And to be clear, Mr. Chair, we just wanted to make sure that this was something that staff was not quite comfortable doing on our own. So we just wanted to make sure that the RDA had a chance to provide feedback on this. So
Thank you. We very much appreciate that. Questions, comments?
Mhm.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alder Scannell.
Second.
Is there a second by Jessica? Questions or comments to regard to the motion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, motion carried. By the way, I went to an open house with Neighborhood Works where they did a similar project with students from carpenter students, if you will, from the high school. And that was very impressive. It's quite a great partnership, a great training tool for those students, and just a great partnership all the way around. So that's very exciting. Thank you.
You haven't opened the floor, so I can't comment, but maybe one of your fellow RDA members could just make a comment on the name of the organization.
The name of the
Bridges
organization is NeighborWorks Green Bay.
Yeah, NeighborWorks Green Bay. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, Alderman Scannell, weren't you at that open house?
Yes, yes, it was a lot of fun, really good. Well,
Yeah,
very happy NeighborWorks is doing so much for our community.
Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. Item number 2, consideration with possible action to approve the recommendation of the real estate subcommittee to approve up to $10,000 to move forward with schematic design as proposed by ISG and to include color renderings for the redevelopment of 158 North Maple Avenue. Is Kathy still not on, is she? I don't believe so, right?
I think we can ask Will. I think Mr. Peters can provide that report if you'd like him to, Chair.
I can report.
Yeah,
out.
Will, please.
Sure, absolutely. So been a few months since the 158 North Maple has been brought back to the RDA with a status update. And we felt it appropriate to enlist the services of the real estate subcommittee just to give it both an update on where the project is and then also really what needs to happen to push the project forward. So real estate subcommittee met on October 13th to discuss this, and representatives from, of course, the city here, staff, UWGB, and base companies informed committee members of the progress made and discussed next steps, which include engaging an architect to develop schematic designs and colored renderings of the project. And these designs will allow the project team to better refine the total project costs to determine, really, what really the whole rehab project will cost, and then also to help partners solicit additional support for the project. And the motion was made to approve up to $10,000 to move forward with schematic design as proposed by ISG and to include colored renderings. And this motion passed unanimously.
Good.
Within the in the packet,
Yeah.
for the RDA members here is an update of what 158 North Maple is or will be, and then also a proposal from ISG, kind of going over the scope of services that they're going to be offering.
Any particular questions or comments that stand out as far as what the real estate committee said or heard? Or, I mean, in that meeting?
So, I mean,
overall,
and I feel comfortable speaking for them on this. They're very enthused and excited about this project, and really the impact this can have long term, not just for the city as a whole and improving that and bolstering that relationship between the university and the city, but really gaining that presence of the students downtown in our urban core, and the investments that those students will be making in the relationships they'll be building with strong community partners and impacting that neighborhood. Questions they had were just relating to costs and what it will take to get this through the finish line. And a lot of that is going to be determined by the renderings coming forth, and then so we can get a better handle on what this project will cost. We do have other representatives here from the team. So Paul Belschner and Josh Smits from base companies are here as well. So if you're had any questions for them, they're certainly available. But overall, Melanie had a lot. We really appreciated Melanie's presence, just with her insight that she provided in her experience in relation to the importance of having these design renderings to really flesh out the next steps in this project.
The enthusiasm is there from UWGB?
Yes. Yeah.
Will? Okay, very much so. I hope so. I hope it's a great opportunity for everybody. Questions or comments?
I just think that it looks like an amazing partnership from everything that I read that was presented to us in the packet. And I really look forward to seeing some of the architectural designs, because I didn't realize what a gem that was inside. It's pretty amazing.
And we took a tour that, a couple of months back, and it is quite an opportunity, without a doubt.
I just want to say one more thing. I just want to say one more thing. It's these grassroots kind of relationships that brings forth community leaders, right? I can see one sitting in front of me with Will, and I think about Celestine starting way back when, but it's these integral community relationships that form in the downtown, I think, that are very vital to helping create leadership. So move to approve.
Second.
Yeah, but
Also second everything you
motion by
said.
Debbie. Okay, I was going to say great comments, Debbie. Motion by Debbie, second by Alderman Scannell. Questions or comments in regard to the motion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. All right, great. Unanimous. Very good. Thank you. Informational. Director's report and project updates. You have anything, Neil, or?
Yep, just a couple of quick ones. Obviously, you guys are aware that it's budget season. I just gave this quick update for the Plan Commission last night as well. Just wanted to give you guys a quick quick look at the budget for related to our department here, just as an FYI. I'll wait for that screen to come up. Hopefully that's up now. Should have a nice big pie chart in front of you.
Yep.
So this is the kind of overall budget.
Yes,
This is basically the mayor's budget. His first town hall meeting is this coming Thursday. Alder Scannell is probably deeply up to his elbows in this stuff already, I suppose, from all of the departments. So they're kind of just, everybody's making their requests and getting ready to start that process with council. We just wanted to kind of provide a couple of updates. These are slides right out of the budget presentation that Diana and her staff put together. Here we are over here, this 3% slice, that's us, of the overall budget. So just kind of putting us in context of all the other departments and all of the extreme number of requests that have to go in throughout the whole city. We are a whopping 3% of that budget. Here's kind of the historical number of the figures, but the last kind of 3 columns are really the important one. We are here at right there, we're looking at is a 13.6% increase. I'm always quick to point out that we actually went down 1.7% last year. So we're back this year, making up for some things. A lot of our costs are personnel related in terms of health insurance, other stuff. We have some salary increases in there as well for some of our, or some reclasses going on for some of our inspection staff. That's making up part of that number. But the 2 areas we are increasing, professional services being one line item. That's essentially for things like wetland delineations, land divisions, environmental reviews, asbestos abatements, those types of things that we need to do for any property that we may be either acquiring or disposing of that's not in a TIF district. We need to have some funds available. Last year, we kind of robbed our own marketing budget to help pay for some of the work that was done for the Grandview Industrial Park, the Carnivore project, to get some of that work done. So we're trying to kind of, properly account for those expenditures and budget for them a little bit better here this year. So that was the main cost. Our marketing costs is increasing about $5,000 over from 30 to 35,000 to help market the city and attract some other lots. Those are kind of our main areas of increase. A lot of the other costs are really personnel related. We don't have a lot of equipment. We have vehicles. There's fuel costs, obviously, that we're dealing with as part of that as well. So there's, while we are certainly having a significant percentage increase, overall is about a little over 400,000 in the requested change. So that number shows up as a bigger percentage just because our overall budget is smaller, certainly compared to other departments. So at least gives you an idea of kind of where we've been and where we're going on those.
right.
And then here's just the last table. This actually takes in our revenue projection and our expense projection. So we're actually looking at a substantial more revenue increase due to basically adding a neighborhood compliance inspector, as well as increasing some of our fees. So really our grand total, when we actually account for both of those, we're looking at about a 1.9% increase for the mayor is asking for our department at this time. So just that's a quick overview of kind of where the budget's at for that. I think for our upcoming meeting on when is our next meeting here? Is it the 8th? When is that one here?
The 8th. Yeah, November 8th.
So we are looking at hopefully having an update to the merge development agreement out at the shipyard to come forward. So we've got them.
Okay.
Folks, remember we were kind of reporting on they're having some soils conditions concerns. They think they found a path forward on that. They're just simply reversing the order of the buildings being constructed to help them move forward. So we were excited to keep them, that they've been working with staff to try to keep that project moving. So that'll be certainly the main item, I think, on the agenda for that Tuesday, probably a couple of other items as well, but to be determined on that. So that's my report, Mr. Chairman. For any questions, if anyone has any.
Excellent update. Thank you. Anybody any questions for Neil or anybody else on staff?
Just please remind Alder Scannell of what a great financial deal we are here in this department when he goes forward for his budget stuff. Actually, Randy's the wrong guy to tell. Randy's always been a pretty good supporter of us, so he's probably the last guy we have to make this pitch to. So,
well, I used to be an ED.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Nice update, Neil. Thank you. Any other questions or comments for staff? If not, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Our next meeting is November 8th at 1:30, which is also a voting day. Motion by Alderman Scannell. Second by, was that Debbie? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that you, Deb, or yeah?
It was.
Thank you. All those in favor, signify by
Aye.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, we are
Aye.
adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.